Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So the FUD is going on that the CFTC is suing Binance as going after CZ. Let's get into it and let's see what's happening on the market. Is this FUD or there is a real hard things that they can go after Binance? My name is Mike Denkler from CorionX and also from our educational movement CryptoMinds. I'm bringing you the most important crypto news, technical analysis, altcoin, NFT, DeFi gems to keep you updated and educated. I should state that nothing in this video can be considered as a financial or investment advice. Everything just for your education and entertainment purposes only. So guys, smash those like, push the bell and notification, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smashing those like is helping out the YouTube algorithm, so appreciate all your likes. And let's dive into, and also we have some nice Bitcoin price prediction about 100,000, 1,250,000. So let's get into. So our favorite bubble charts, it's pretty green today as we see Conflux, Lido Finance, Rocket Pool, so liquid staking platform, XRP, ImmutableX, Kava, Frox, XLM, Optimism, Mask, GMX are pumping, and Bitcoin is slightly up, but Ethereum is up 3.8%. So good to see that also Ethereum is bouncing, and XRP is getting closer to its first resistance. We'll see how it can go through. So the market is pretty good, in pretty good conditions today. Yesterday it has been corrected, but now looks pretty good. Let's go and check out our favorite indicator, the crypto fear greed index. It is at 59, so we are in the greed zone, and this shows that the investor sentiment is back and they are hungry for good investments. So Bitcoin price retains 27,000, but forecast says correction is incoming. Okay, so we are just hovering here. That was a kind of diamond pattern, but also it's a kind of rounded top. So I think it's a rounded top, and then we can go lower, especially if there is a continuation of this downward trend, and that would be also fine to retest the 200-week moving average at 25,500. So the CFTC filed an unexpected and disappointing civil complaint despite our working cooperatively with the CFTC for over 2 years. Upon an initial review, the complaint appears to contain an incomplete recitation of facts, and we don't agree with the characterization of many of the issues alleged in the complaint. So this is that the CFTC is going after Binance, and it's quite funny, not the SEC but the CFTC. So it seems to me that these two regulators somehow fighting on crypto, who will regulate what. So market wants to puke here, yet bit was on Binance spot preventing that, attracting more perp longs. It seems it's summarized. So in this chart we see that the market wanted to go down, but there is a demand that coming in. So from Crypto Tony, Bitcoin failed to close below the range low, so for me I didn't enter a hedge short position alongside my long position yet. For the record, my long I entered a while ago has a stop loss at 25,500, so this is my level to watch. Looking for a hedge short on loss of support zones, and this is this short-term TA showing this rounding top pattern, decreasing RSI paired with Binance FUD that can result next dump. And also Stock Money Lizard share this. This is the rounding top, and it can bring us back to 25,000 if this is happening and then catching up there. So I'm looking these levels now, hedging if these levels at 26,700 will broke down, then entering a short. Smells like a correction is incoming. Binance versus CFTC, just a fine. It will see. Okay, crypto has been through hundreds of hundreds of FUD events like Bitfinex exploits, China bans, lawsuits, insolvencies, you name it, and yet the market and new participants always return, and at the end of the day it's all just opportunity, and BTC continues to shift hands. So this is nothing special, just a FUD. Binance has openly been preparing for a regulatory crackdown. They agreed on this. Yeah, so guys, this is, let's go and check out our next news. Here is why CFTC suing Binance is a bigger deal than the SEC enforcement. Okay, so the CFTC suggests that commodities regulator decided to go for a lawsuit to show the Securities Exchange Commission that this is a commodities issue rather than a securities one. So these regulators starting a lawsuit because they want to show to the other regulators that this is this belongs to them. So Binance, without warning, similar to Coinbase was noticed, some industry professionals believe this was a political move by the CFTC to show the SEC that this is a commodity issue rather than security one. They also say Vegas odds have rushing out a similar lawsuit against Binance as a counter. We'll see. Okay. So they are assuming that CZ and Binance 7 violations of the Commodities Exchange Act and controlled foreign company rules. Okay, we'll see, guys. We'll see. So Adam Cochran says, a crypto observer reiterated a similar stance, saying that the CFTC doesn't go after small, frequent cases like the SEC, adding that it's a different beast and its cases are often fatal. So it's a different case. Maybe it's bigger than we think, but we'll see if they can settle. CZ's response to the CFTC compliant. Okay. So he says that the complaint appears to contain an incomplete recitation of facts, and we don't agree with the characterization of many of the issues alleged in the complaint. While we will only be able to give full responses in due time, we will address a few key points below. Okay, so they are just that also they using a mandatory KYC program and cooperation and transparency with law enforcement, as they say registration as license and trading. They doesn't trade manipulate. They don't manipulate the market. So we see, guys, we don't know what is the true. Maybe some arguments from CFTC are not 100% true. Maybe just they want to do everything that putting or sending Binance down, and because it's Binance, actually it's not a US company like Coinbase Coinbase does, but we'll see. But important news from China and from Hong Kong. Hong Kong takes a step towards crypto mainstream with historic meeting. Hong Kong is taking steps to establish itself as a hub for virtual assets and crypto-related activities. Regulators are convening a roundtable on April 28 to facilitate direct dialogue and share practical experiences and perspectives in opening and maintaining bank accounts for crypto firms. The event is jointly organized by the HKMA and the Securities and Futures Commission, the two regulators overseeing stablecoins and crypto exchanges. So that sounds pretty amazing. Hong Kong as a leading hub for virtual assets, regulators are convening a landmark meeting between crypto firms and bankers. That will be a roundtable discussion purpose of the discussion is to enable direct dialogue and exchange practical experiences and perspectives on the opening and maintenance of bank accounts. Okay, Hong Kong's plan for crypto dominance. Hong Kong is making strides toward becoming dominant player in the world of cryptocurrency. The city has laid out a comprehensive plan to achieve this goal, which includes the development of a regulatory framework for digital assets and establishment of a licensing regime for cryptocurrency exchanges. So the Hong Kong's government is also exploring the potential of blockchain technology to enhance the efficiency and the security of various industries. With these initiatives, Hong Kong is poised to become a major hub for cryptocurrency innovation and investments. Guys, also Dubai, London, Switzerland wants to be a hub for crypto, but happy to see that Hong Kong as well. A number of Chinese state-owned banks branches in Hong Kong have started offering services to local cryptocurrency companies or made inquiries about doing so, according to Bloomberg. Local companies in the crypto industry have traditionally had difficulties setting up corporate bank accounts, and the moves that these state-owned lenders reflect Chinese support of boosting the digital assets industry in Hong Kong. So guys, this is quite interesting. I leave it here and you can read it. You find it on Cryptopolitan. And happy to hear more about this roundtable meeting. And also we have another related news. Chinese banks court crypto firms in Hong Kong after mainland ban. Crypto firms rushing into Hong Kong after the city opened its doors to the battered sector and are finding a surprising source of potential support. Chinese state-owned banks. Chinese banks have been directly reaching out to crypto businesses over the past few months, adding to signs that the city push to become a major digital asset center has backing from Beijing, even though trading of crypto has been banned on the mainland for well over the year. So backing from Beijing, I don't know how to say it. The Hong Kong arms of Bank of Communication, Bank of China and Shanghai Pudong Development Bank have either started offering banking services to local crypto firms or have made inquiries, according to people with knowledge of the matter. Okay, the push by Chinese lenders means a lot of to us because it's something you would never expect at this point, even around the globe, said Mr. Sung Min Cho, founder and chief executive of Babel of provider messaging system. Okay. So they are offering banking services to crypto companies. Quite surprising, but kudos for them. Billionaire Tim Draper says Bitcoin BTC a hedge against potential domino bank run crisis. So this is a nice bubbles here. Nice bubbles, but yes, with fire definitely that will be popped out. So since boards and managements are responsible for making payroll, even in times of crisis, it's important to build out contingency plans for bank failures that could happen more and more often if government continues to print money and wipes so interest rates to counteract inflation caused by the printing of money. So printing of money and inflation, the cause of printing of money. Businesses can no longer rely on one bank or one governing body to manage their cash. We recommend keeping at least 6 months of short-term cash in each of 2 banks, one local bank and one global bank, and at least 2 payrolls of cash in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. So guys, quite interesting from Tim Draper. Excess cash can be longer term but easily saleable in emergencies. For the first time in many years, governments are taking over banks, and governments themselves are at risk of becoming insolvent because they have tremendous amount of debt. Let's go and check out the usdebtclock.org and you will see that the US debt is enormous. So why is not loading in? I don't know, but then maybe, yeah, oh, it's loading in. 31,645,000,000,000, and it's just, I'm saying one sentence, then it's just increasing with 100,000 US dollar. So this is the US debt. It will be never paid back, in my opinion, but we'll see. Bitcoin is a hedge against a domino run on banks and on poor over-controlling governance. Earlier this month, Draper said he was nearly 100% sure that Bitcoin would explode to 250,000 US dollar per BTC in the next 18 months. Cool. Next, Bloomberg analyst says great setup forming for BTC before 2024 halving. Mike McGlone, and he's talking about that the 2024 that halving, we are going to be talking about a pretty severe recession, all politics leaning Republican, at least presidential, and it's just going to be great setup next year. I'm really looking forward to it. But before that, that can be some moves and how to play this 10,000 US dollar moves. Okay, big amount of Bitcoin now can make you lose your hair. The bottom line is astute investors, institutions on the planet all realize every day that goes by they need part of these asset. Okay, the current trajectory in Bitcoin is showing it's becoming more of a global digital reserve asset and potentially a store value as the stock market volatility is high. The key thing is, let's say S&P is making a new low and heads towards 3,000 US dollar. Let's see how Bitcoin reacts. It would be wonderful if it doesn't go below 20,000, but we got to see. I don't know. Long term, as we get through this period, there will be more significant signals that Bitcoin is going to go up to 100,000. I'm too bearish on the stock market. The number one measure of beta of risk assets on the planet is S&P 500. I'm still too bearish that to be bullish Bitcoin. I just got to see how that pans out, because then it would mean that Bitcoin would decouple from the stock market, and that would be happening in the first time in the history. And then with this, Bitcoin is becoming a risk off asset, and it's a quite important question if what altcoins we're doing. Altcoins will going with Bitcoin, or they will follow the stock market, because somehow from the perspective of the technology, they are more related to the stock market. Next, CorionX CEO predicts bull cycle for Bitcoin and gold, expects Fed tightening to end soon. Okay, I like this. This will be our cover thumbnail picture. So, the CEO of investment management firm CorionX has predicted a bull cycle for gold and Bitcoin. We are at the very beginning of what could be a several-year cycle in gold, and also put Bitcoin in that category as well. The executive said, adding that the Federal Reserve is close to end of their tightening. So Jan van Eck, he's the CEO of CorionX. We are at the very beginnings of what could be a several-year cycle in gold, and also I put Bitcoin in that category. So CorionX CEO explained that it could be a 2-year cycle, because he believes that the Fed is close to end of their tightening. The market is worried now about the consequences, and it could take a year or more for those consequences to roll through the commercial real estate market, the banking and the lending dynamics. Maybe we have a shallow recession. At some point, the Fed is going to start easing, and that's when gold is really going to party. I think all the speculations is out of both of those markets, Bitcoin and gold. Bitcoin has surged nearly 7% this year, 70% this year, outperforming all other assets, and has rewarded the people that own Bitcoin for that thesis of wanting a hedge in their portfolio. Also, Panther Capital said that we are already in the next bull market cycle for Bitcoin. Cool, guys. I'm so excited. And MicroStrategy repays Silvergate loan, spends 150 million US dollar buying more Bitcoin. Okay, so the recent filing with the SEC revealed that MicroStrategy has conventionally paid off its loan with the failed Silvergate Bank. So they paid back, they fully prepaid the 161 million outstanding balance on its 205 million loan for Silvergate Bank. So they repaid 161 million back, and they purchased 6,000, almost 500 more BTC, almost 150 million million US dollar worth of Bitcoin. So congratulations, MicroStrategy. Analysts predict gold prices might exceed 8,000 US dollar in the next decade as central bank lose confidence in foreign currency. So guys, this is 4x from here, 4x from here. I hope okay, so this is 4x from here. So Jean, a gold market analyst, has predicted that gold might exceed price of 8,000 during the next decade as the current Ukraine-Russia war and the worldwide battle against inflation shift the preference of the central banks for foreign currencies to gold. The proposed long-term price model shows that each troyance of the metal might touch the 10,000 US dollar mark. So guys, 10,000. And guys, not just these difficulties, but also many countries are not using the US dollar for trading oil, like India, China, Russia, and Kenya, and maybe Saudi Arabia. So central banks in aggregate have an unusual faith in foreign exchange, as gold's percentage of total reserves accounted for 16% in 2022 against a historical average of 59%. These central banks, however, are starting to lose confidence in the currencies issued by their peers. So they lose confidence in US dollars. Central banks show strong gold demand. And guys, just there will be a day when central banks will hoarding Bitcoin. I'm definitely sure. I'm sure. But don't believe for me. Okay, so central bank purchased a record amounts of gold with reserves going up to 1,136 tons, while reserves held in form of foreign currencies went down to almost 1,000 billion. 400 tons of gold were purchased by central banks according to reports. Okay. Turkey purchased the most gold because there is the highest the inflation. So other personalities have also alerted about the rise of gold and other scarce assets such as Bitcoin. Robert Kiyosaki, author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor, signaling that possibility of Bitcoin reaching 500,000 US dollars. So guys, this is insane. And yeah, so guys, definitely let's go and check out my Twitter feed. Let's see what's happening there. Yeah, so definitely follow me at MIKLOS Dankler, follow at Corin Platform, and follow at Laserpunk Gods. And also be sure you are engaging in Laserpunk Gods tweet, like, share, and comment. And here is this response to the CFTC compliant by CZ. Give a like and share. Mind-opening threats from Phil Philp about the recent 1 million Bitcoin price prediction may be based on some modeling. So guys, definitely worth to check it out. So when using days from the Bitcoin halving, where the inflation rate of the new Bitcoin halves, we can see that Bitcoin peaks around 360 and 550 days post halving, and the bottom then 780 and 920 days post cycle. So the peak is just 1 year or 1.5 years away from here. Using the Bitcoin cycle high and low prices, we can derive the well-known Bitcoin price curve. This is a logarithmic regression curve with upper and lower values, both of which have a power line of best fit what the R2 of 99%. So guys, definitely check this out. Interesting arguments here, and also watch this from fund start. And this is a nice explanation how the best investment thesis examples, which I still share to this day. So watch this. Okay, give a like and share. CBDC is coming. Should we buy more Bitcoin to save some freedom? Definitely we should. So watch this from the ECB chair, Christine Lagarde, and she's the president of the ECB. Hong Kong to legalize Bitcoin and crypto trading to become global hub, according to Bloomberg. And also we talked about that history tells us investors tend to flock into dollar-denominated assets during times of stress. Hope Bitcoin come next. So definitely, yeah. So world reserve currencies. You see now we have the US dollar, and the next hope Bitcoin. So hope what comes next is Bitcoin and not renminbi. Getting closer to the end of the petrodollar, the Saudi-Iran peace brokered by China today may very well be the cornerstone for Petro yuan. Is oil being sold for Chinese yuan? So guys, and other news, getting closer to the end of the petrodollar. Yeah, so definitely we are getting closer. BRICS countries have officially overtaken G7s in share of world PPP GDP. Mexico officially applies to join BRICS alliance. So BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now Mexico is joining, and others are US, Canada, France, Germany. Okay. So ZK Sync microcaps. You can check this ZK Sync microcaps, but these are really microcaps, so be very careful. The US dollar's global supreme erodes. America will face a reckoning like none before. Surprising segment on CNN. Check this out. So end of the US dollar is getting closer. Have to farm for the Starknet airdrop. Also watch this. And to fail of the US dollar just has been started to accelerate. Only option is to move on to Bitcoin standard. Credit to Dennis Porter. So definitely watch this. This is a 5 minute, but definitely it worth to watch this. So watch this. This is a quite important.
Iran as well,
quite important. How to farm airdrops like a pro on Shardon testnet. Check this out. How to farm on ZK Sync. So guys, we have lots of related news. Global liquidity on the rise, as we see liquidity on different central banks. Just they are loading up some liquidity in the system. And also we are getting closer to the halving, and guys, this is getting more and more excited. How the fiat traditional banking system and fiat system, monetary system is just struggling, and how we are getting closer to the end of the petrodollar, and how Bitcoin can take benefit, and how also gold is getting more and more insights. So guys, definitely check out our farms. Go to app.corion.io, check out our farms, and look up provide liquidity in CorionX BNB pair, and we will get some exciting news when we are launching the laser pangats, that stakers will get more chance to be on the laser pangats whitelist. But we have lots of in front of us in regarding in development, so definitely it takes some time. I cannot say any proper time, and also we are about raising some funds to finance the project. But with providing liquidity, you can already be prepared for being on the whitelist. So guys, that's it. Take a look on the chart. What we do see on the chart, and yes, so we see that Arbitrum is going down, consolidating. People are selling off their airdrops, and what is the 4-hourly chart is showing us that Bitcoin is in this rounding top, but we have some trend line. We are taking some profits here, but if we will broke this, then we are just riding this wave. If not, then entering a short would make a sense, as this rounding top will fulfill. So guys, that's it. Smash those like, push the bell, notification on, watch our videos about everything that we share on the channel, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.